Live League Game of the Day. Captain Johnson versus LukeTepes. Hawk versus Sami.
Welcome back to the channel, folks. Sammy Original Guy here, aka Mr. Cannon from Advanced Wars by Web, bringing you another Live League Game of the Day. Today, we are back on Cold Flame. This is a triple base, double airport, and comm tower supported matchup. Now, Cold Flame, very Sammy map, folks. Absolutely Sammy map. Now, there's two versions of Cold Flame. One is the Fog of War version, and one is the standard version. We today are playing the standard version. Now, tier 1, we have Hawk versus Sammy. Now, Sammy normally is like tier 2, tier 3, something like that, most likely. But on this map in particular, she is incredibly strong because she has incredible potential for snagging this section of the map here. Now, if she gets 2 comm towers, doesn't matter who you're fighting, folks. Double comm tower Sammy, those infantry are going to slap you into oblivion. Folks. But aside from that, we have a pipe seam right here. We have a pipe seam right here. Units could potentially bust through the pipe seam and then go and do all sorts of chaotic things all over the map. Could push center, could push down here. But aside from that, they are forced to go around the mountain and attack this region right here, while infantry and mechs are able to go directly over the mountain. So this is definitely an infantry and mech game, folks. 2 COs that have very high power meters as well. So it's going to take a little while for things to get rolling power-wise, but I think we're in for a good one here, folks. So without further ado, let's go ahead and see what went down in the Live League today. Standard infantry builds. You got to get the infantry on the field, folks. It is the #1 priority in Advanced Wars by Web. #2 priority in Advanced Web. Advanced Web. Bye. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel for all that hot Live League action, folks. Alright. Infantry are pushing the middle already, folks, as you can see. Now, LukeTepes versus Captain Johnson. That's who we got here today, folks. Already pushing the property here. Now, it is impossible to interrupt this capture, at least this one. This comm tower could potentially be interrupted, but it would require the usage of both of these infantry, which would slow the capture game down here. Got the property being capped right here. Captain Johnson not going for that attack at all. Busts out the recon. The freakly deekly reekly dude is on the field here. That is going to be fairly effective against the Sammy infantry. However, if a couple mechs start flowing, well, it might be pretty bad for the old recon friend, but we'll see. We shall see what happens. Luke's playing this pretty well so far, busting out the early tank over here on the technical strong side, which is very nice. Comm tower is not going to be able to be acquired now, at least not by Luke's. He could potentially go in and capture it, but that is going to result in a 2-shot right here from the recon and the infantry. So not really necessarily worthwhile to go in for that, but with the added threat of the tank right here, there is definitely possibility that something could occur. But he's going to forego the defensive terrain of the property in exchange for the defensive terrain of the mountain, folks. Mechs are flowing over here from Captain Johnson as the recon takes a new position, and the infantry are just steadily pushing over here. Now, it's going to be very difficult for Captain Johnson to do anything over here temporarily. The tank over here is going to help out a lot, but if Luke decides to start mech spamming over here, tank's not really going to be super effective, at least against the mech. If the mech first strikes it, it's going to be bad, but you know, up until then, tank is going to have a little bit of an advantage, but the real advantage over here is going to come from the airport. If you can get that airport and get the battle copters on the field, that is going to be absolutely massive. Alright, we got an infantry strike. First blood over here, folks. We got first blood over here. Going for the capture over here. Very nice. Forward captures. Forward captures, especially as Sammy, is very nice. Ooh, mech gets struck. Mech gets struck. Got a combo hit over here. Ooh, this is interesting because now if tank goes in and attacks the recon, could potentially get hit by a mech and another mech on the field. Double tanks. Here we go. Tanks pushing the center is kind of curious. I mean, it's fine for tanks to go into the center. I would like to see one tank is obviously going to go over here. I mean, that's like without a doubt. Got another infantry strike over here. Gonna take that engagement. Has an artillery backing up the tank right now, which is very nice. So if this mech goes in and takes a strike, it is going to do quite a bit of damage, but it's going to be destroyed by the artillery. Tank's going to be able to run back, get some heals. Artillery is going to get into an even better position and cause a whole lot of mayhem here, folks. But there we go. There's the attack. There's the engagements, folks. And Captain Johnson is not letting up. He is attacking over here too. But now it is Luke's turn. And he strikes down the mech. Gets the heals. Blocks the tank. Attacks the mech. Clears the infantry and busts out another mech as he is now capturing the airport as well. In a very good position to cap this airport as well here. So once he caps this airport, he could actually start pushing the center, grabbing some of these properties over here. These back properties are a lot better kept to just a few infantry in the back lines to capture those, because the main amount of fighting is always going to be around these areas right here. You don't really want to divert a whole lot of resources into capping those back properties when there's so much combat happening up here. Another recon on the field. Tank takes an engagement against the infantry. Very interesting. Another two-shot over here. And now these tanks are getting into super dangerous territory over here. Alright, capping the airport. Attacking with a mech. So this leaves this guy a little bit exposed here. But Luke's is going to have a very interesting scenario coming up here pretty soon, because he's gonna, if these guys go in and do this attack, if you clear the infantry and then attack the artillery with like a tank and then attack the mech, that is going to charge a double time, and that double time could be very strong. Comm tower is now being acquired too. Luke's is going to have a very interesting choice to make. Does he interrupt the comm tower capture, or does he attack the tanks? And does he use a power? He does not use a power. He decides to attack the tanks. I think that's probably the smarter of the two moves, folks. It's okay to lose a comm tower if you can destroy a lot of tanks, because if you destroy the frontline tanks, then maybe over time you can reacquire the comm tower. But having a good position trumps wasting units to interrupt captures that are already going to go through. So keep that in mind for the future, folks. Alright, got an attack on the artillery. Secondary attack on the artillery. Takes it all the way down to 1 and clears it. This will charge a double time, however, so if Sammy decides, could pop double time, could do a lot of damage to this tank right here. But is in a very tight spot, because now there's 2 battlecopters incoming into Sammy's territory. Captain Johnson playing this one incredibly well so far. Let's see how this push goes over here. Manages to clear the recon. Attacks the infantry instead of attacking the tank. So definitely going to be saving for victory march, folks. This Sammy player, LukeTepes, he's a victory march kind of person, folks. Enjoys the victory march. Casual enjoyer of a victory march. Yeah, that's interesting right there. I wonder if Captain Johnson is going to see the looming threat of danger right here and go in and put something on that HQ, or at the very least destroy the infantry. Let's see. Let's see if he does it. Tank's already moving in. I think Luke's might be putting a little bit too much faith in this potential victory march plan here. Yep, puts the tank directly on the HQ. Absolutely, 10 out of 10 would protect that HQ again. Alright, day 13 clears a mech, or attacks a mech up here. Attacks the infantry. That could be interrupted by the battlecopter. Could be interrupted. Whether or not it's going to be interrupted, that's another story. Because interrupting that means that you eat a first strike from the battlecopter, and if Captain Johnson decides to pop even the normal black wave, that is going to guarantee a KO. Full surrounds the flippin' battlecopter like an absolute Chad. Look at this guy. Look at this poor guy. He's trapped. He doesn't know what to do. He's lost. He's like, hello, I was trying to do something over here. So the only thing that he could potentially do is attack the infantry or attack one of the tanks, which is a much better thing. At least you can clear the tank, so that's not too bad. So this guy's doomed. This guy's doomed. Everybody is doomed. Doom, doom, doomity, doom, 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 doom. But a classy medium tank has now entered the battle, folks. So all is not doomed when the classy medium tank is on the field. Another battlecopter along with that and triple infantry. The units flowing on this game is just absolutely wild. Double hit that tank and clear the battlecopter. Very nice indeed. So medium tank sitting here. Oh, it depends. It depends now. So victory march is imminent. But Black Storm is imminent also. So yeah, this is going to go either way, folks. Black Storm popped. One of these mechs are definitely doomed. Probably this one from the road. If a Neo tank, God forbid, or another medium tank pops into this position, this push is not going to work. There's absolutely no way that they can clear this. Yeah, another medium tank, that's not going to happen. That base is not getting capped. It's not getting capped. And now it looks like Captain Johnson has a great position all around the map. 24,000 funds. And even more coming. That's going to be 25. That's going to be 26. That's going to be 27 potentially. 27,000 funds. Sammy busting out the victory march. Is she going to be able to capture some properties here? So that's going to be 1, 2, 3. So 3 properties right there. So that's not too bad. That's going to be 4. And an interrupt. 5. Okay, so 5 properties could... Oh, wait, hold on. Hold the phone. Oh, wait. Could be more. If this infantry gets cleared, that's 2 properties right here that could be capped too. Attacking the tank. Cappity dappity do. Clears an infantry. Gets the cap. Attacks with the mech. Respectable damage. So, just like that. Because Sammy is Sammy, folks. 25,000 income per turn. Just like that. Snap your fingers. And it is done. So this could be very nice. Although this cap right here is definitely going to be a problem. Day 15. Clears a mech. This cap is I mean, it can be interrupted again, but it's probably going to go through eventually. Eventually it's going to go through. Another tank gets cleared. This right here, though. This could be interesting. Provided Luke's can clear this unit right here, this infantry. There's nothing that can stop this cap. He doesn't even need to destroy the infantry. He can actually just block with anti-air and tank right here, and the infantry can't actually get him. If he gets this airport, that's going to be very strong. Like an airport that close to your enemy base. Imagine a flipping bomber barrage coming out of this airport right here, attacking this base. Like, there's absolutely nothing that could stop that at that point. Except maybe some anti-air. Yeah, you bust out enough anti-air and anything can happen, but against the classiest unit of the sky, and especially a barrage of them, I don't know. I don't know if it could happen, folks. Another classy boy, Captain Johnson. He knows what's up, folks. He absolutely knows what's up. And yes, this capture is going to go through. So it took a little while, took some joining of the units, but yes, it was destined to happen, folks. The property is going to fall to Captain Johnson. Now Luke clears the battlecopter right here, manages to clear an infantry, build a mech. Or doesn't clear an infantry, that was a mech. Sacrificing itself nobly, right? Right? Yes. 4 HP mech. Noble sacrifice. Going for this property right here now. 27,000 to 22 for Sammy. So that is definitely playing into her favor now. Yeah. But Captain Johnson, man, he's definitely got the classy game. He's got the classy game going here. Definitely needs to bust out a bomber, though. Like, 149%. Actually, you know what? Tack 20% on top of that, folks. And that's how much percent a bomber needs to come out of this property. Like, right now. Today. Get it on the field. If I don't see a bomber... I don't know if stealth fighters are allowed on this map, but get a flipping bomber. Like, I swear to the good Lord, if I don't see a bomber, I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna quit this game. Better be a bomber, I swear. Bomber, 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 bomber. Fine. It's fine. You know what? Quit. Quit this game. Forever. Forever. Should have been a bomber. Alright, whatever. We have a battlecopter. Battlecopter's fine, though. But battlecopter can't contend with these classy boys right here. Now, bomber, on the other hand. Bomber. Oh my god. You know what? Could have seen some pretty cool stuff happening from a bomber, but this battlecopter... it's just doomed. It's doomed. It's not going to be able to hold. It's not going to be able to hold. Especially once the flipping black storm happens. But you know what? It's okay. It's fine. It is what it is. It is what it is. It's okay. We got more mechs on the field. But unfortunately, a bomber can't come out of this property anymore. And actually, technically, nothing can come out of this property. So you don't even have a frontline bomber anymore. The potential of the frontline bomber is gone. Backline bomber... could have been a frontline bomber, but it's a backline bomber. So you know what? At least the bomber is on the field. I feel better. Maybe I'll come out of retirement now. You know what? Everything is okay. Everything's okay in the world, except for this battlecopter. Things are not okay for that battlecopter. That anti-air could potentially completely obliterate this battlecopter, and it does go down and do that. Like, it has absolutely no problem doing that. It's just like, oh, hello there. I see that you have misplaced yourself. Well, allow me to rectify the situation by casually deleting your entire existence. See you later, friend. Boom. That's canon. That's exactly what happened. I don't even know who's going to win this game now. This is wild. Luke's is ahead because he's got the properties, but... Captain Johnson is so ahead in value. And he's got the Black Storm. Like, the Black Storm is coming. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It would appear that our classy boy of the sky is fine. He's fine, and he's not even going to get hit. These battlecopters, though, one of those guys is perishing. Very unfortunate. But fat army over here. A flipping Neo tank. A Neo tank. Luke's could have been a classy boy of the sky, and then you could have built an infantry. Oh no, you couldn't, because you have no money. Alright, well, could have been a classy boy of the sky. Boom. Black Storm. Ouch. And the medium tanks are flipping rolling in over here, folks. See? He saw these 3 classy boys over here, and he was like, oh my god, the only thing that I can do is to bust out the smelliest unit in Advanced Wars by Web in order to hopefully defeat the dreadful, amazing army of classiness that is coming towards me. But is it going to work? That is the question. More anti-airs, too. Captain Johnson spamming those anti-airs like a true legend. Knows exactly what Sammy's going to be doing. Sammy's going to be busting out those flipping air units non-stop. But the victory march has been popped. That is going to be 2, 3 caps, 4 caps. Oh my god. 5 caps. 5 flipping caps. 5 caps on day 21. It is 30,000 income to 20,000 income. How does Luke's... Is it even possible for Luke's to lose this game at this moment? 30,000 income. That's 10,000 more income. But Captain Johnson is about to recapture the airport. So now it is only 9,000. Oh, wait. 8,000 income difference. But still. Another property is going to be reacquired there. And definitely getting a partial full surround over there. Partial surround. And that is the end of the turn, folks. Captain Johnson definitely running pretty low on time, though. Doesn't really have a whole lot of time left. Okay, if this... Okay. Alright. Okay. If this Neo tank doesn't go up and attack the classiest unit in Advanced Wars, then I don't know what the purchase of this is for. It better go up and take it out. I mean, I don't want it to take it out. But game state-wise, this guy has to go up and take this out. 100%. So I'm very much hoping that happens. Doesn't happen. Okay. So that's a problem. That is a little bit of a problem. Like, this medium tank and this medium tank are not going to be able to contend with this, unfortunately. It's not going to happen. Well, it could happen. But it's probably not. And this medium tank is so far out. If he goes up and destroys this unit, that's going to put him in a great spot, because then if he goes in and attacks, this guy covers, you clear the other medium tank, and then you have a push over here and you get to defend your properties. And you lose the classiest unit of the sky. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate indeed. And this guy goes and hides. He hides over here. He understands the assignment. That loses you a property, though. Interrupts. Very nice. Pop in the black wave. The normal co-power, folks. 1 damage global, 1 damage heal. Ooh, now both of those are going to be flipped. That's going to be flipped. Oh my god. It might not get flipped. Okay. This one might not get flipped because this guy can definitely go up and attack. But Neo tank got hit by the medium tank. What a flipping legend over here, folks. What a legend. Captain Johnson, he knows. He knows what must be done. He has busted out enormous amounts of classy boys. And I am definitely pleased. I'm pleased by what I'm seeing. Interrupt the comm tower capture. Alright, this is going to go through. This is going to go through now. So we're going to have a double cap turn over here, plus a cap over here. That brings it to a 24-26 game. Captain Johnson has managed to pull ahead. But Luke's has another victory march. And we all know what can happen with a victory march, folks. Anything. Anything can happen. Any property can get flipped at any time, if there is at least an infantry in position. But the absolute flood of mechs over here from Captain Johnson is absolutely legendary. I love to see it. The mech flood. The reverse mech crossover here, folks. Beautiful. Alright, stopping this capture over here. Taking out the medium tank. Full 30% damage right there, too. Absolutely massive. I think we might be seeing an infantry try to get close to the HQ, folks. It could be possible. I mean, at this point, maybe an HQ cap could be the only way. It could be the only way to win this game, as the medium tanks just keep flooding in here. Now, I still think if Luke's actually went up and attacked that AHP medium tank earlier, I don't think this push would have been as bad as it looks right now. But you never know. You never know, folks. Interrupts the capture. Is it going to be enough, though? Oh, not if you don't attack it. I think he's going for the victory march. You know what you do? Actually, you know what? On this map in particular, if you're going to go for a victory march as Sammy, one of the best things you can do is, honestly, you buy a fighter. You buy a fighter. You buy 2 fighters. You know why? Because you get a fighter, and it moves immediately onto the HQ. It won't be destroyed in 1 turn. I think. Let's damage calculate that. You got a fighter from Sammy, and it's at 10 hit points. And you have an anti-air from Hawk. An anti-air from Hawk. 78 to 87% damage. If he uses a power, he potentially destroys it, right? There's potential. But that fighter sits on the HQ. Your HQ holds for at least 1 turn. Your HQ blocker. Infantry rolls up next turn. Boom, take it. That's what it's all about. I actually managed to do that to somebody once. It was very nice. Okay, medium tanks rolling in once again. Takes out the battlecopter. Takes out the mechs. There is nothing that can stop the Johnson. The Johnson is too powerful. His army is so massive. Luke's is not giving up, though. In all reality, all Luke's has to do is just have 1 good turn where he can get some properties and get sights on some properties, and he can win. I mean, because, like, what does he need? He needs to, well, he needs to flip a comm tower, and then he needs 1 property to even. 1 property to even it out. That's literally all that he will need to do. If he can get 1 property and the comm tower flip, and that's all he needs. But this one's about to get flipped now, so that's dangerous. Infantry in the middle has been eliminated as well, folks. The mech is here. It's coming on day 28, day 29, no, the bomber, the classy boy of the sky, he's here. Oh my god, that medium tank just obliterated the mech. He had no chance. That's very unfortunate. But the infantry is ready to take his place. He's ready to take his place. He's going in. Oh my god, it's day 29. Look at this flip and push. Oh my god, see, look at this. It's massive. Captain Johnson, I'm very disappointed in you, by the way. 2 Neo tanks on the field. You were keeping it so classy. And then these filthy, dreadful Neotanks showed up, attempting to destroy the transport copter, but it is not enough. It's not enough. Day 29. Day 30 drop. Oh, that is so unfortunate. That is so unfortunate for our good friend, Luke's. And you know why? Because in Live League, we only have a 30-day limit, folks. So after 30 days is done, that is it. That is all. The game is over. And would you just look at that? What an absolutely unfortunate place. Wait. Captain Johnson has resigned. Captain Johnson has resigned the game. And LukeTepes has won. But does he know? Does he know that he actually won this game? Very interesting. Because at the start of next turn, that is day 31. And at the start of day 31, the game is over. And whoever has the most properties is deemed the winner. So, on day 31, the game would have been over. And Luke's would have been eliminated by capture and day limit. It's very interesting. Very interesting indeed. I wonder, was there messages? Just says GG one day, missing one day. Or GG well played, missing one day. I don't know. I don't know, folks. Wait. Now it says Luke's lost and Captain Johnson is the winner. Did we have some sort of an error, folks? Did we have an error popping up here when we did the replay? Very odd. I've never experienced that little glitch before, but apparently Captain Johnson is actually the winner. So he definitely did know that he was the winner. So very cool stuff. Hopefully you all enjoyed that one. If you did, consider leaving a like, comment, or subscribe to the channel. I will see you all in the next one. Take care of yourselves and watch out for Sammys.